What's the difference between a psychic, a clairvoyant and a medium?
First, let's start with mediumship. It's a title that people ascribe to themselves with no training. In our case, it's not. It's something that takes between 8 and 10 years on average to train people to be ready at the requisite level to be a medium. A medium is someone who receives information from the spiritual world. So in other words, they learn to connect to their guide. Now, there are lower levels of that which are taught and have been historically taught, where you're not connecting with your guide, you're connecting with whoever's in the room who's passed, generally of a lower evolution, and therefore they have much less wisdom, and usually a past relative of the person you're working with. That doesn't add too much to a person's life, but it gives them a solace that there's somewhere that they go to. In other words, there's a spiritual world, or in their world there's a heaven. And that's nice and comforting, but it adds nothing much to the client. Above that is the mediumship that we teach, is dealing with your guide and helping people with their lives. A part of that, as a technical issue, is a clairvoyant. There are 3 ways that a medium receives information, and that's that they're shown, which is clairvoyance. It's a French word. They're all French words. Mm-hmm. We hear, clairaudience, and we feel, clairsentience. And for no good reason, the 3 are bundled under clairvoyance. It's just an ease. This is quite a technical discussion, but in the end it doesn't add that much. The basic difference is if we move beneath that and we go to psychics, they're not in touch with the spiritual world. Now, that's not to say that they're wrong. That's not to say that their information is incorrect. And that includes tarot, palmistry, numerology, astrology. There's a great skill in all of that. And what that's doing is looking at the predetermined plan of your life and trying to say, this is what is meant to happen. The problem with that is that hardly anyone sticks to their plan. They take themselves off the plan, but the plan's not updated. They're just getting the plan. In other words, the day you were born, the hour you were born, and so forth. So it's without any access to spirit. Now, people become accustomed to, for example, we're doing tarot or whatever, a lot of people will then say, oh, I'm getting this from my guide, or I'm getting this from the spiritual world. Unrelated. It's not something that you can do without training. It's not something that you can do without learning the rigour. In essence, this is what happens. For a trained medium, they're understanding the level of evolution, therefore the level of vibration of their guide operating in the spiritual world, versus them operating very, very slowly in the confines or the constructs of Earth. They have to learn to change their energy, their vibrational state, until they equate that to their guide. Now, there are a handful in the world who can hold it there. What those who are trained are, they're going like that, so they're still interpreting. That's okay, because they've got so much experience and knowledge and accuracy through training that they can get that right. Those who are untrained, who say, I'm now a medium, or the common term these days is a psychic medium, which has no technical relevance or significance. It doesn't exist, but it doesn't mean that they can't call themselves that. What they're doing is going like that. I'm getting a little bit here, I'm making a bit up there, and I'm guessing a bit down here, okay? And that's what's happening. In all of that, there's little bits or glimpses of good. But it's nothing to do in reality with the spiritual world. Mediumship and the associated arts are played with. And I'm not talking about those who stick strictly to the psychic, such as astrology and numerology, etc. They're fine arts, and they're real. And there is an order to Earth, and we're meant to be placed in order so that we can experience certain things. That's all real. But it's not anything to do at all with the spiritual world.
For more spiritual knowledge, remember to subscribe. If any of the information Ian and Pearl spoke about piqued your interest, make sure you like and comment on this video below. There's so much knowledge and advice being delivered from spirit to you via this channel. Healing your physical and emotional pains will guide you towards a more loving and meaningful life. This is the Spiritual Renaissance.